So this part is for me, is hardware part. Okay, but I think the different today because we have the real man, Mr. Thomas here. So he might add something more about what's the real application it is. How was it really help ISP to get the real pen head solved. So I will welcome Thomas to join the foreign house.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Brandon, for presenting me. So we have been working with with the biggest ISP company in Israel. They wanted to go into FTTH, and they already had a switch. They already had a switch from another company, actually an Israeli company, and a very good switch, a very good product. But they searched for another product that can compete in the price because they wanted to be able to get a lower price and also a good product. And what they have received from CTS in a very short time is a better product than what they had. A quieter product than what they had. A quieter product, it means that the fans, even the fans, the noise of the fans, the decibel of the fans, was taken into consideration because each switch is being installed inside of a building. And in this building, if you are standing close to the elevator, then you would hear the switch, the access switch makes noise. So the other company's switches would do a lot of noise. And if you're buying a house for a price of 2 million shekels, let's say it's around $500,000, and you're standing close to the elevator and you're hearing the noise of you say, why did I buy such an expensive house and I hear the noise? So even this was one of the reasons that they decided to replace. And even though they have installed around 500 switches, they replaced everything to CTS. So they changed all their other switches into CTS. Another thing was that CTS raised the glove and made all the changes very, very fast. If it was to adapt a real Q&Q solution, if it was to adapt and develop something that you cannot find in other vendors, you cannot go to Cisco or Juniper even or any other vendor and get these specific solutions. For example, there is an option which is called the CTS developed. It's called DHCP recycle. This means that if you disconnect the fiber from the head end, you disconnect the fiber of that switch from the head end because you want to replace your main network switch, which is in the cabinet in the field. Then you disconnect it, and your switch inside of the building will do another DHCP request. So it will do again an auto provisioning. And auto provisioning for an ISP, it's very important. So even this, when CTS made it, they immediately jumped to another level from the ISP point of view. Then started to be some more changes in the software, not just in the hardware. Became changes in the software, and changes in the software were, for example, making thresholds for SFP. So SFP threshold is very important in FTTH because if one of the SFPs of the fiber optics changes the level, they can immediately see that. So the main changes that CTS made is to help the NOC people, the guys that give the engineering and the NOC service to the end customers. They made everything much more easier for them to see and control. And today this switch has capabilities that no other switch in the market has. Really no other switch, not Juniper, not Cisco. This switch can tell you about a customer, how many times the port flapped, changed from up to down, up to down. You can check that by SNMP. You can see very easily if somebody from the management software closed the switch, if the management software closed the switch port, or if something else happened to that port. You can see everything. You cannot find these solutions in any other company. So this is a very good solution. This is what you can see even here. This is what I'm talking about, the total port flaps. So you can see a port and what happened to that port. How long this port was up, how long this port was down. This is the basic information that an ISP company needs when they are trying to investigate what happened. You cannot find this information, and it is integrated inside of the switch. You don't need to build any management software or any management system to get this information. You just get it from the switch itself. So this is amazing, and this was done very quickly. So again, I must say that without the help of CTS, we could not conquer this ISP. And today we are the only company, CTS is the only access switch which is being used by this company. They even shifted all their business customers, not just their regular home user customers. They shifted all their business customers to use CTS switches. So this is very, very interesting. And this is only one big ISP in Israel. The second ISP also has been going in the same route, in the same way, but only with other different switches. And also a small switch is something that we saw. It is very interesting for the current ISP because not all the buildings are tall buildings. Some of the buildings are only 16 apartments or 14 apartments. And the penetration ratio is around 30 to 40%. So a small switch helps them to get into the business much faster because they are thinking about massive deployment. They want to be in as many buildings as they can, and they don't really care right now about a problem that they will have if in a building they will need to go to a higher percentage of penetration. They want to be in every building. This is what they are thinking about. And to get a switch which is small size and also lower cost, this is what they've been thinking about. And I want to thank CTS for doing all the software changes that they have done. It's very special software changes, and they helped us to be unique in the market. And it's really, this is the trick. The trick is to be unique. The trick is to be able to tell the vendor, like CTS, what you want to change. And if they do that, you get a very big leverage. Today, for any other of the competitors to get to the level of CTS, it's very hard. Very hard from the software point of view. They cannot go into the ISP that we are talking about and just replace the switch. It will not happen. Any other companies need to invest a lot of effort to do that. So again, being unique, this is the trick. This is what we have done, and CTS has done that incredibly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Thomas.